Stephanie Mielke here, aka KetoMom, or often called mom, sis, Steffi, daughter, wife, aunt, and friend. Just like many of you, I carry a lot of titles. My favorite title is mom. I should probably say wife, which takes a lot of my time. But let's be honest, if you want to do something and do it well, you will make the time for it. Commitment is hard because we find ourselves overcommitted, but when you practice prioritizing, you will find out what is actually important and what you can let go. With the KetoMom podcast, you will learn together how to manage our time, commit to the most important things in life, and I will equip you with the tools you need to feel qualified each step of the way. My name is Stephanie Mielke, and welcome to the KetoMom Secrets podcast. Hello, welcome to the KetoMom page. My name is Stephanie, and we are going to talk about the word choice. You have a choice. I made a poor choice today, and we're going to talk about it here in just a second. So let me know where you're tuning in from. Good morning. Good morning. I'm tuning in from Florida. We went on a walk this morning. The day was going great, and then I chose to be crabby. I'll tell you more about that in just a second. But what are you drinking this morning? What's in your shaker bottle? Are you a coffee drinker, water drinker, ketones? How do you start off your morning? I'm drinking my favorite flavor of ketones. It's called Naranja. That's the name of it. But I love it. I drink it every single day. I call it my mom fuel. This is how I start my morning. Water. I'm out of electrolytes. I'm going to get some more in ketones. So, cheers to a really great morning, because I was crabby for a moment and I'm choosing joy. This is what I drink every day. It's my favorite. So, all right. Tell me where you're tuning in from. And I want to talk to you about something that I think, and hopefully, I know, right? Rosalie says she loves this flavor. It's my favorite. If you've never tried ketones, post trial in the comments. We need to chat. I have somebody coming over today at 3 o'clock to chat about ketones. So, all right. This morning, my husband and I got up. We went for a walk. We had a great conversation. We came home. And I'm going to tell you something. My goal was, do you ever set a goal the night before? I said, I've got to find a new routine. I've got to figure out what all my books are packed away. I have a new book that I want to go through on this page, but it's not available yet. And I've just been kind of floundering of like reading. I get up and I read my Bible, listen to Proverbs. Like there's things that I do, and yet I like to have more specific direction of like what I'm going to talk about. So we went on a walk, we got home, and my husband's like, all right, what are you going to talk about? And I was like, I don't know. And he's like, well, what do you want to talk about? And I did something I should not have done. I flipped open my phone, started answering questions, started doing some things when I should have just sat down and got focused. I wanted to get focused last night. We had a late night. We stayed out too late. In my head, I'm making all these excuses, right? I read a message from a friend this morning, and she's in a space, she's in a place in her life where she has isolated herself. She said basically this. She said, hey, Steph, I don't want to cause anybody else to go down a negative route that I'm in. She's like, I just want things to be fixed. She's like, I've been reading, I've been listening to podcasts, I've been praying, I've been asking the Lord to help me out of this space. And she goes, and yet I still can't seem to find why I can't find positivity. Her goal is, she's like, listen, I need to get into a positive headspace. So I'm reading that message and I was like, oh, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about, because in my head right away, I was like, hey, if I were to give very specific directive coaching to anybody that were to message me and go, hey, I'm doing all of the things. I feel like it's not working. Maybe you've been there before. I feel like it's not working. And this is about mindset, right? And part of it, the first thing that popped into my head was it's a choice. Like, you fall into negativity very easily. I did within a matter of a couple minutes. You have to choose to forgive, to move on, to go, oh, I'm going to have a different perspective, right? So I read that, and then my husband was trying to help me figure out what to talk about on the KetoMom page, and I went down this negative route in a matter of 30 seconds. So I was like, ooh, I'm going to talk about this and the power of choice. And then I was like, and then I got distracted, and my husband's like, why don't you do this? Why don't you talk about this? And then I was like, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about anything. I'm not motivated. And then I went down my own negative mindset. I was like, nobody wants to hear what I have to say. I talk about the same things all the time. I'm not inspiring myself. I'm boring to myself, and legitimately argued with my husband for like 5 minutes. And he's like, what do you want to share? And I was like, nothing. And then he goes, what motivates you? And I said, nothing. You guys, isn't it interesting how our mind can be like, 1 minute you're like, yes, this is what I'm going to do, or I feel empowered, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to eat healthy. One thought, one negative thought. And then I was frustrated because I didn't have a plan. I thought I had a plan, and then I was distracted. And then I went down this negative mind. Like I physically sat on this couch right here and bickered with my husband for 5 minutes. And then he went like this. All right, why don't you do nothing? And I said, I will. I'm not going to do a morning live. I don't want to. And he's like, all right. And then he's like, why don't you talk about this? And I said, I don't want to. I'm boring. You guys, isn't that what we do? Right? And so I shut off my phone. I walked upstairs, and as I was walking up my stairs, I said, oh my goodness, Stephanie. Because oftentimes I'll tell people, first of all, you've got to capture your thoughts. You've got to think about what you're thinking about. I know better. I'm in this negative spiral of like letting these thoughts, I either A, can let these thoughts make me crabby all day long, when half the time they're not even real. And I was walking up the steps and I was like this, okay, I'm being a brat. I need to go apologize to my husband. If I talk to one person or 37 people in my head, I'm like, you know what? I recognize a majority of your names that are on here. I'm like, they've got to be bored with me. Like, I actually am bored with myself. And then I just want you to hear this. As I'm reading my friend's message and I'm even coaching myself, I said, Stephanie, I got upstairs and I went like this. I can either choose to have a bad day because I chose my attitude to go down this negative space that happens so quickly, or I can go apologize to my husband, and I can choose, I'm looking at him because he's sitting on the other side of the screen. I can choose to have a different perspective and go, you know what? Other people maybe are dealing with this. I know other people have had a negative mindset at some point this week. It's easy to go down this negative vortex of like, I can't, I won't, nobody cares, I'm boring, I don't want to do it. So Steve was like, fine, just don't do it. Why don't you just quit everything? And then I was coaching myself as I was yelling at him. I'm like, that's not how you do things. He's like, well, if you're bored, don't do it. And I said, yeah, but if you're bored with food, you keep eating healthy food. If you're bored with the gym, you keep going to the gym. So I'm like, I can't quit this. I just am mad for just a second. So the lesson that I had to coach myself and my friend, which I think she watches me every single day, is guess what? You're going to have things that come up against you every single day. Whether it's outsiders, whether it's somebody saying something to you, it could be your environment, it could be your own mind and your own thoughts. And you have to make a choice. Guess what? I'm gonna have a great day, right? I'm gonna choose to only allow the words that come out of my mouth. They're gonna have to be encouraging. If I can't say something nice, I'm gonna zip my lips. I'm gonna choose to go apologize to my husband. I'm going to choose, if I offend somebody, whether it's at work or your boss or your kids or your friend, I'm going to choose to say, you know what, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Babe, did I apologize to you?
I was really impressed.
I apologize to him.
It's a big step.
It is a big step. I am a person, and I don't say this proudly. I have a hard time apologizing because in my head, I'm like,
you're never wrong.
I'm right.
All the time.
Often. So, one of my biggest flaws is I do think that I'm right a lot. And I'm deeply apologetic to my husband because oftentimes my husband is right. So, today, if you were in a negative space, if you were in a space where you need to go, oh yeah, that was me. My day maybe didn't start off the way that I wanted it to. I chose to be crabby. I feel like I'm doing, like I went on a walk. I read my Proverbs of the day. I did all of these things, and yet I still chose to let that one seed take me down a spiral. I need you to know something, that when you feel like I just don't know what to do, or I've done all of the things, whether it's in your health journey or your physical journey or your financial, your spiritual, it's a choice. I had to choose to go, okay, clearly I'm being a crabby butt, right? So I went, I know what's going on. You've got to capture the thought. I'm being crabby. Number two, if you are isolating yourself until you are perfect or until you've got all of the answers, that's never right. Like, I don't know who you need to talk to or who you need to reach out to, but isolation and not doing life with other people and sharing your own challenges never serves anybody, ever. So I sat upstairs and I was like, I need to go tell these KetoMom people that I was crabby, a crabby crab. And I took my thought captive. I had to go apologize. I had to choose either this is going to define my day or I'm going to redefine my day. Everything you do daily in your life is a choice. It's perspective. You can be doing all of the right things and you still might have to battle the thoughts, but you're battling them. Your awareness is there and you're going to have to go, nope, I'm not going to go there. Nope, I'm not going to believe that. Nope, I'm going to make a shift and have a better day. It all comes down to choice and it's up to you. So you choose the places that you go, the people you talk to isolate yourself, to do life by yourself or with other people. You choose the words that come out of your mouth. You choose the thoughts because you actually choose your thoughts. You allow them in. You've got to go, nope, I'm going to choose a better thought. Nope, I'm going to choose to apologize. Nope, I'm going to choose to eat that food because that is the healthy food, even if I'm bored with it. I'm going to go do the workout because sometimes in the sexiness of life that you're wanting, it involves doing some boring things. The boring becomes sexy. That's just what happens. Your choices matter. And your choices either give you a negative result or a positive result. So that's what I had for you today, because guess what? My crabby butt needed to get off the pity potty and apologize to my husband and get a spanking. I gave myself a spanking and then I said, I'm so sorry, babe. Please forgive me. I'm going to go talk to the people. And I pray that if there's somebody here that was in this spiralness of negativity this morning, guess what? You can change it. Your day can be great. One thought, one action, one activity, one mess up, one, like oftentimes people will say, oh, I already screwed up today. Well, there goes my day. No. Like oftentimes people will say to me, I already screwed up my morning. I'm going to eat whatever I want. I'll start tomorrow. Hey, I already screwed up my morning with my husband and I was super crabby. Does that define the rest of my day? No. So you can pick yourself back up and move forward, whether it's with your eating or your thoughts or your words or your actions. Guess what? You get to define the rest of your day. So, all right. I am going to be better at, because here's what got me here. So then the last thing I'm going to say is this. What triggered it? Have an awareness of how you got to this space and how you can fix it. I have to prepare at night. I actually take this page very seriously because I feel like to whom much is given, much is expected. And we have been blessed with a platform and to be able to talk to so many people. And I want to deliver good content. I want to deliver something that's going to change people's lives. I want to not come on and bore myself, but I want to deliver something that's going to change your life. And if I don't get myself ready at night, guess what? I'm not motivated to do it. So therefore I have to go, all right, what caused me to be negative? What caused me to go down that route? And then I've got to fix it. So I have to fix it in the evenings. I got to find a book that we're going to go through. I've got to think about the things I want to talk about. You want to know what would help me? What do you need help with? I'm not talking about food. I will talk about food all day long. We've got some things in the works, right? I will give you can go to KetoMomSecrets.com. Click on how to get started, click on recipes, click on mindset, click on trials. But what are some things that would help you with your mindset? Maybe you don't even know. Do you have any questions? Is there something that you want to learn more about? What is it? And we can talk about it here in the mornings, because I want it to be great, valuable content that you can learn from. There's no reason to watch somebody if it's not adding value to your life. There just isn't. There's plenty of people out there. I have watched lots of people, and I've not watched lots of people. Like I've gone, I don't want to do that. So I want this to be great. So in order for it to be great, I have to prepare. In order for you to accomplish the goals in your life, you have to prepare, right? Usually when we're not prepared and we just wing things, it doesn't go very well. So that's an extra lesson. I need to prepare. You probably need to prepare in whatever area of your life you're working on. And thank you for tuning in. Your presence matters. I hope you have a wonderful morning. You can either message me below and ask questions. You can send me a message and ask questions. I hope you have a wonderful morning. It's going to be great. I'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.